Hello everyone. This is a follow-up practice video for our online statistic lectures. And here I'm just going to explain a little bit about how to calculate dispersion measures. In fact, you can either use this video or the Excel as a backup for what you calculate by hand, and then it's just a tool that you put in the raw data and it gives you some results and you can test yourselves with it. Or you can also learn a little bit about the Excel functions, which is not an obligatory material in our class. It's just something extra and something useful you might want to use in the future. So the problem came up when we did point estimation and we had this concrete question: what will be the standard error of our estimate? For the standard error, we need the standard deviation. So I just put in this 22 and I never explained how you can actually calculate it, but in fact you do know it from the second lecture explaining about the dispersion measures with the formulas. Okay, so let's switch to Excel and let me pull up this screen where we have everything ready, everything calculated. So as noted before, if you just want to arrive at the 22, you can just simply put in, imagine I didn't have this raw data, then I put it in and it will arrive as the result, or here. Let's start here because this is the easiest function, the standard deviation in Excel. So if you click on this fx, it will include some functions. And here I simply asked the system to calculate the standard deviation for the raw data column. Okay, imagine I didn't have this here and I need the standard deviation for the sample. So stdev, and then I hit a find. And I need the one that is specifically for the sample, okay? And I need to put in the numbers, which is the whole column, hit OK, and the 22 arrives. Okay, let's do it the hard way very quickly. In order to have a standard deviation, we need variance. In order to have variance, we need deviation scores squared divided by the degree of freedom. So let's quickly review how to calculate these. So I have deviation scores and their squares. How do I do that? I simply take the raw number and see the difference of that number from the mean. That's my deviation score. I also need it to be squared, so that equals this number times this number again. Okay, here I'm just going to put 115 to be able to pull this down as a very fast way of arriving at these results. Once I have the deviation scores squared, I need to sum them up. So I will use a sum function in Excel, and it's really easy. It's here, so it's just sum, and that's not what I want to sum. I want to sum these up, and that's my sum of squares. Degree of freedom is the n minus 1. Simple as that. Variance, as we can see here in the formula, is this sum of squares squared, sum of squares, the deviation scores squared, divided by the degree of freedom. So these are just these two numbers divided by each other. And for standard deviation, we need to take the square root. It's real simple to punch it on the calculator, but if you are doing it in Excel, you want to find a function for power, and then that's our number, and I need 0.5 as the exponent, and that will give us the result. Okay, I hope you find this useful. Thank you very much for the attention.